Flagbearer hopeful of the National Democratic Congress, Dr. Kwabena Duffuor, on May 9 filed a suit against the party following what he says are some discrepancies his team has identified in the voters' register to be used for the elections on Saturday. In a writ filed at the High Court, Dr. Duffuor indicated that the party failed to provide the required photo album register a few weeks ahead of the elections as stated in the party's rules. He stated that a partial photo album register was given to his team on May 4, few days ahead of the elections rather than in March when they had submitted a request for one. Dr. Duffuor added that despite his request for a postponement of the elections until a full photo album register is secured, the party has failed to heed his request. Thus, he is asking the court to grant an interlocutory injunction to restrain the party from holding the primaries. But the legal team of the NDC has responded. They described the suit as an attempt to delay the election.
As of 5:45 thereabout yesterday, we were served with the writ. For me, this writ is frivolous and an attempt to thwart the effort of the party in the organization of the primaries. That's how I see it. As lawyers, we are trying to use the legal processes available to us to ensure that this application is heard before. So we are trying to ensure that the date for the hearing comes backwards to say tomorrow or Friday.
Responding to some of the issues raised by Dr. Duffuor, the Elections Committee of the NDC says it does not think the aggrieved aspirant has a genuine case.
When it comes to delegate list, actually, those problems are not there. Those problems were not there. But when we come to the issue of the album, because we are using a data from the constituencies, and those data delayed us, and some of them came in error. So we have such problems. In fact, if you take the album, there's a picture album, the register, when there's also the exceptional list. The exceptional list doesn't mean that you can't vote. But some people are taking it that when it's a exceptional list, it means that you cannot vote. As I speak, at the time that we were even giving the register, the album, Duffuor's name is not in the photo album, but it's in the exceptional list. Because his constituency didn't get the opportunity to engage him, to give them the voter ID that you can use to extract his picture. So it is not only Duffuor, I'm just mentioning Duffuor, and it is also going to affect many of our former appointees. But that doesn't mean that they'll vote. But because the prime data, which is the delegate list, is there, they can vote because we use that one with their voter ID to vote.
Following the writ, the Electoral Commission, after a meeting with the national leadership of the NDC, released a statement announcing that it will not supervise the party's primaries scheduled for May 13 until all legal issues associated with it are resolved. According to Electoral Commission, going ahead to organize the primaries will amount to a contempt. The elections now hangs in the balance, and the Elections Committee of the NDC believes it has come too far with preparations to postpone it.
If you look at the NDC where we are in opposition, having invested resources in printing ballot papers, engaging police, engaging media, and even renting spaces. Right now we have paid for almost all the sentence we are going to engage, we're going to the elections. So if you look at all these costs and you see a suit without even admitting that it will stop us, if it does, it means that we are going to start the whole thing that we have already started. The party already has no money to run even these elections that we are in. Then you pull us back to waste resource. I believe this will be something that even the people who went to court will reflect on and ask ourselves that, is it necessary at all for us to go to court if we can resolve this thing so we can save that resource that we are going to spend it. NDC at any given time, when a situation like this comes up, 1 minute we use to spend what we can do in 1 hour, which is 1 minute. So you can imagine what we can do between from now to 10 p.m. today.
But will the camp of Dr. Kwabena Duffuor withdraw the suit to allow the party go ahead with Saturday's polls?
At the 4th May meeting, if team did not make reference to the letters that Dr. Duffuor has written to them, meaning they treated those letters with contempt. Where I said, and the infractions identified, I do not think that we will be able to have the election because of the infractions identified. They will have to fix it.
9 parliamentary candidate hopefuls in Amasaman constituency want delegates to vote for them in the upcoming primaries. The Amasaman constituency is the only constituency with the highest number of aspirants in the parliamentary primaries in the Greater Accra region. In the following report, Citi News' Philip Ni-Late interacted with some of the aspirants.
Until the 2020 general elections, the Amasaman constituency was in the safe hands of the National Democratic Congress. In the 2020 elections, the seat was won by the New Patriotic Party's Efrifa Mensah. Well, delegates in this constituency ahead of the May 13 parliamentary primaries are hopeful that they will be able to elect an individual that will be able to annex the seat in the 2024 elections. In the Amasaman constituency, there are 9 aspirants, and they are Samuel Achuforsen, Sedem Kweku Apenyo, who happens to be the 2020 parliamentary candidate for the constituency. Okolu William Kwesi Ahamazi is also in the race. Kwashi Emmanuel is also in the race. Ernest George Thompson, who was a former Amasaman constituency chairman. Also, Martin Ni Aitego is in the race. Precious Kweku Senafianyo is also in the race. Henry Ni Mabel is also in the race. And Mamudu Ahmed. Here are some of the aspirants speaking to Citi News.
Out of the 9 aspirants, we are very famous, and so the delegates will work with us. They'll crown us on 13th May. Well, I want to tell the people of Amasaman that don't look anywhere else. Vote for Samuel Achuforsen, the number 1. A vote for me is a vote for change. A time has come for us to come together and develop Amasaman. Time has come for us to go back for our lost seats, and the only person who can capture back the seat is Samuel Achuforsen Alanyo, the number 1. I assure all delegates that vote for me on 13th May, and I'll bring back our seats.
Amasaman has a tribal differences, so it is making us to lose our seats. We have lost in 2020, but me as a person, Martini Aitego, I cut across because my father is a Gan and my mom is an Ewe. So I believe if I'm giving the nod, I can unite both sides so we can win the seat for NDC. I am dedicated. As our former President John Dramani Mahama said, at this point in time, Ghana does not need an experiment, but rather experience. So I am ready. And financially wise, I am capable.
When I was a chairman, I won the seat. I won the seat and left a safe seat. But unfortunately, the seat was taken away because of inexperience, because of a lot of problems. So I think that is what really went through my decision to come back. A lot went into the decision. If you look at those coming for the PCship, none of them is experienced. And we are at a point that we need a lot of experience, where experience comes to play a lot.
After elections, we had some research work done. And then based on that, it gave me the courage that this time around, we can make it bigger and we can make it better. That is how I'm back. Most of the things that caused our defeat in 2020, the delegates are aware. I speak to them, I interact with them. They actually asked me to come the second time. They know what we have done together as a constituency. Since I lost elections, I've been in touch with them. We work together, and we are working together to get the seat back.
Among the 9, we have 297 branches. I know all 297 branches because I myself was involved in the creation of the 166 new branches. I myself was involved. I went through the constituency to make sure that the branch creations were perfect. You can ask all my branch executives and they will tell you. I'm always with them whenever they call me. During the 2020 election, when there's a problem and they give me a call, I move straight to the electoral police station and make sure things are changed in favor of the NDC party. So as for me, I stand tall because I have worked more than any of the other 8 members. When it comes to work, I have also invested more.
I've always maintained that we'll be proud when we get an assertive person in parliament, a parliamentarian that will hear his voice and then we'll be very proud of. This is what I present to you. I urge all of you to vote Henry Nichate Mabe on number 5 so that Amasaman will get to the platform that is supposed to be.
Secretary to the Elections Committee in the Amasaman constituency, Francis Nojo, has been outlining to Citi News preparations ahead of the May 13 elections in this constituency.
Looking at the numbers, Amasama is having over 2,691 delegates, and then also from 17 electoral area. So we have the benefit of getting 3 polling stations, and so we are anticipating that by 2 or 3 we should finish voting, because every area, every polling area, we say let's say 900 delegates should vote in that polling area. So given the space of less than 7 hours, we should be able to finish. We are having an alternative venue in case the weather does not favor us on that day. That is the Methodist Church, so we'll move there. So in terms of preparation, we are done with everything.
Reporting for Citi News, my name is Philip Ni Latte.